The paper delves into the challenges of few-shot point cloud classification, a critical task in various computer vision applications such as robotics, SLAM, and autonomous vehicles. Unlike traditional point cloud recognition algorithms that rely on handcrafted features, deep learning-based methods can learn more representative features from shape projections or raw points, achieving superior performance. However, these approaches require extensive data collection and retraining when dealing with novel classes, which necessitates the need for few-shot learning, FSL, in the 3D domain. Most current FSL approaches work on 2D image domains, but their implication in 3D perception is relatively underexplored. 3D few-shot learning is more challenging due to unordered structures, high interclass variances, and subtle interclass differences. The authors conduct systematic and extensive studies of recent 2D FSL and 3D backbone networks for benchmarking few-shot point cloud classification, and propose a strong baseline and learning architectures for 3D FSL. They also introduce a novel plug-and-play component called Cross-Instance Adaptation (CIA) module, which addresses the high intraclass variances and subtle interclass differences issues, and can be easily inserted into current baselines with significant performance improvement. The proposed network is evaluated on two newly introduced benchmark datasets, ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS, demonstrating its supremacy in 3D FSL. Figure 1 highlights the challenge of few-shot 3D point cloud classification, showing the TSNE on ImageNet and ShapeNet using pre-trained 2D image and 3D point cloud features, respectively. The mean normalized Euclidean distance between each example and its class prototype in the visual and point cloud embedding space is also illustrated, demonstrating the lower embedding quality of 3D point cloud domains compared to 2D visual domains. Deep learning models typically require large amounts of labeled training data, which can be cumbersome and costly to obtain. However, few-shot learning algorithms have shown promise in rapidly generalizing deep networks to new tasks with only a few annotated examples, particularly in the 2D image domain. Despite this, the study of few-shot learning on 3D data is still relatively underexplored, with challenges including the irregular and unstructured nature of point cloud data and the limited availability of large-scale labeled datasets. To address these challenges, the authors propose a systematic study of 3D few-shot learning, focusing on high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences. They introduce a novel plug-and-play cross-instance adaptation module, comprising self-channel interaction and cross-instance fusion modules, which can be inserted into most current few-shot learning algorithms to achieve significant performance improvement. The authors also introduce new splits of ModelNet and ShapeNet core, respectively, and construct two benchmark datasets, ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS, for 3D few-shot point cloud classification. These datasets provide a strong foundation for evaluating 3D few-shot learning algorithms. The authors adopt a metalearning paradigm, optimizing the objectives of equation 1 with a set of metatraining episodes, and evaluate the generalization of the predictor on metatesting episodes with novel classes. This approach enables the model to learn how to learn from a few examples and adapt to new classes. The key challenges in point cloud few-shot learning include representing point cloud data properly and effectively transferring knowledge gained in metatraining episodes to metatesting episodes with limited labeled samples. To address these challenges, the authors' proposed cross-instance adaptation module can be used to adapt the model to new classes with only a few labeled examples. The contributions of this work include the first systematic study of 3D few-shot learning, the proposal of a strong baseline for 3D few-shot learning, and the development of a novel plug-and-play module that achieves state-of-the-art performance on the newly built benchmark datasets. These contributions have the potential to significantly advance the field of 3D few-shot learning. In recent years, deep learning-based methods have made significant advancements in 3D point cloud classification and 2D few-shot learning. For 3D point cloud classification, there are two main approaches: projection-based and point-based networks. Projection-based networks convert irregular points into a structured representation, utilizing 2D or 3D convolution neural networks, CNN, to extract view-wise or structural features. However, these methods may result in information loss or higher memory consumption. Point-based networks, such as PointNet, PointNet++, and DGCNN, directly apply deep networks on raw points, learning pointwise features and aggregating global features with symmetric functions. These approaches have achieved state-of-the-art performance but require massive annotated data and may have poor generalization on novel classes. Some works have explored 3D point cloud learning with limited training data, such as Sharma et al. And LSSB, but they do not address the high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences issues. In 2D few-shot learning, algorithms are based on a metalearning framework and can be categorized into metric-based and optimization-based methods. Metric-based methods focus on learning an embedding space or designing a metric function to compare feature similarity. Optimization-based methods view metalearning as an optimization process, learning a model-agnostic initialization parameter or a feature-relevant linear SVM predictor. This research performs a systematic study of different metalearning algorithms under few-shot point cloud classification tasks, suggesting strong baselines and components for the problem. The authors propose a plug-and-play module, cross-instance adaptation module, to address the high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences issues of 3D FSL. This module can be flexibly inserted into most current FSL algorithms. An empirical study of recent state-of-the-art few-shot learning methods on point cloud data with different popular point-based network backbones on the newly proposed Model Net 40FS and Shape Net 70FS datasets is conducted. The experimental settings and implementation details can be found in Section 5. The results of the metric-based methods and optimization-based methods are compared, demonstrating the effectiveness of the proposed approach. This study highlights the limitations of current few-shot learning methods and the importance of addressing the high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences issues in 3D FSL. Future work may focus on exploring more effective metalearning algorithms and architectures for few-shot point cloud classification tasks. In a comparative analysis of few-shot learning methods for 3D point cloud classification tasks, metric-based methods, such as ProtoNet and MetaOptNet, outperform optimization-based methods. However, these top-performing methods are sensitive to neural network architecture and hyperparameter settings. The study reveals that graph-based networks, like DGCNN, outperform pointwise-based and convolution-based networks, attributing this to dynamic pointwise connections and edge feature extraction. To address challenges in 3D few-shot learning, including strong intraclass variations and subtle interclass differences, a novel cross-instance adaptation module is proposed. This plug-and-play module learns discriminative representations for support and query sets by considering their correlations. By integrating the CIA module with existing metalearning frameworks, a novel and strong network for 3D few-shot learning classification is developed. The CIA module improves the performance of few-shot learning methods by reducing the distribution shift between support and query features. This is achieved through a two-step process. First, defining prototype features for each class in the support set as the mean of its K-support examples, and then extracting query features separately. The CIA module enhances feature learning by leveraging correlations between support and query sets, addressing high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences. This approach not only improves the accuracy of 3D point cloud classification but also provides a more efficient and flexible framework for few-shot learning tasks. In 3D few-shot point cloud classification, the ProtoNet model is extended through a novel framework comprising two key components: the self-channel interaction (SI) module and the cross-instance fusion (SIF) module. These modules are integrated into the cross-instance adaptation (CIA) module, which enhances feature learning and improves classification accuracy by addressing subtle interclass differences and high intraclass variances. The CIA module operates by updating support and query features through channel-wise interaction and instance-wise fusion, generating more discriminative and diverse features. This process involves feeding support and query features into the CIA module, which produces updated features that better mitigate the distribution shift between the support and query sets. The Psi module models channel-wise relationships to learn more diverse features by utilizing a bilinear operation between query and key vectors. This interaction produces a channel-wise relation score map, which is then normalized using a softmax function to obtain a weight matrix. The weight matrix is used to reweight the initial features, resulting in enhanced feature vectors that capture subtle differences between classes. The SIF module explores instance-wise interactions to address high intra-class variances by fusing support and query features with a metal earner. This allows for the compensation of prototypical information and the rectification of feature distribution. The effectiveness of the CIA module is demonstrated through a comparison of the TSNE feature distributions of support and query sets before and after applying the CIA module. The results show that the CIA module significantly improves the feature distribution, leading to better classification performance. An evaluation of the proposed framework on a 3D few-shot point cloud classification task reveals that the addition of the CIA module leads to significant improvements in accuracy compared to the baseline ProtoNet model, highlighting the effectiveness of the proposed approach in addressing the challenges of 3D few-shot learning. The proposed self-channel interaction (PSI) module is a novel approach to enhance the discriminative power of features within a few-shot learning framework for 3D point cloud classification. This module utilizes a metalinear to adaptively adjust the weights of each channel in the feature space, allowing for more informative channels to dominate the feature representation. By applying the Psi module, the features become more discriminative and better suited for separating different classes, as demonstrated in Figure 3b. The Cross-Instance Fusion (SIF) module aims to address the issue of large feature distribution shifts between the support and query sets, which is prevalent in existing methods due to low data volume and high intraclass variance. The SIF module employs two 1x1 convolution layers as a metalinear to encode concatenated features and generate a weight matrix. This matrix is then used to update the prototype and query features by considering their instance-wise relationships. After applying the SIF module, the distribution shift between the support and query sets is mitigated, as shown in Figure 3c. In the experiment section, two datasets for few-shot 3D point cloud classification are introduced, along with implementation details. A comparison of state-of-the-art few-shot learning algorithms with DGCNN as the backbone, incorporating CIA modules, is conducted on these datasets. Additionally, extensive ablation studies are performed to evaluate the effectiveness of the CIA module when inserted into different algorithms. This paper presents a comparative analysis of few-shot point cloud classification results using various algorithms, including DGCNN, ProtoNet, RelationNet, FSLGNN, MetaLearner, MAML, and MetaOptNet, with and without the CIA module. The CIA module is designed to enhance the discrimination between prototypes and query examples by adjusting the distribution of support and query examples in the feature space. The proposed network outperforms other baselines by a large margin, with a 5% improvement for 1-shot and 1.5% for 5-shot on both Model Net 40FS and Shape Net 70FS datasets. This suggests that the CIA module can significantly improve the performance of few-shot point cloud classification algorithms. The datasets used in this study are Model Net 40FS and Shape Net 70FS, which are new benchmarks for 3D few-shot point cloud classification. These datasets have been carefully split to ensure that the data distributions of the training set and testing set are similar. The training process involves 80 epochs, with an initial learning rate of 0.0008 and a gamma of 0.5, and the learning rate declines every 5 epochs. Data augmentation techniques such as random points jittering and rotating are also applied during training. The results presented in Table 3 and Table 4 show that the CIA module consistently improves the performance of different FSL algorithms. For instance, when combined with the CIA module, the performance of ProtoNet increases by 5.75% and 1.64% for 1-shot and 5-shot settings, respectively, on Model Net 40FS. Similarly, the CIA module enhances the performance of RelationNet, FSLGNN, MetaLearner, MAML, and MetaOptNet across both datasets. In conclusion, The CIA module significantly improves the few-shot point cloud classification results of various algorithms, demonstrating its effectiveness in enhancing the discrimination between prototypes and query examples. The new benchmarks, ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS, provide a more accurate and challenging evaluation environment for future research in this area. Three-dimensional few-shot learning, FSL, has garnered significant attention in recent years, driven by its potential to enable machines to learn from limited data. This research paper undertakes an empirical study of state-of-the-art 2D FSL algorithms, adapting them to point cloud classification tasks. The authors explore the influence of different backbone architectures on these tasks, proposing a strong baseline for benchmarking 3D FSL using ProtoNet with DGCNN. To address the challenges posed by high intraclass variance and subtle interclass differences between support and query sets, the authors introduce a novel cross-instance adaptation (CIA) module. This module consists of two key components: a self-channel interaction (SI) module, which enhances feature discriminability by modeling channel-wise dependencies, and a cross-instance fusion (SIF) module, which fuses instance-specific features to capture subtle interclass differences. The CIA module is designed to generate more discriminative features, thereby enhancing the performance of FSL algorithms. The authors also construct two benchmarks, ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS, for 3D point cloud classification tasks, providing a standardized framework for objective evaluation and future research. Extensive experiments validate the effectiveness of the CIA module, demonstrating significant performance improvement when integrated with various FSL algorithms. The CIA module is shown to be adaptable across different backbones, solidifying its utility in enhancing the capabilities of existing models. This research has significant implications for advancing the field of 3D FSL, highlighting the potential for the CIA module to become a valuable tool in addressing the challenges inherent to this domain. The proposed approach paves the way for future innovations and improvements in 3D point cloud classification. In the realm of few-shot learning on 3D point cloud classification tasks, a novel metalearning algorithm has been developed to enhance adaptability and generalizability. The proposed approach, dubbed MetaPointNet, leverages metalearning to improve the model's ability to quickly adapt to new tasks with limited data. Existing works in the field, such as PointNet and PointNet++, are deep learning models designed for 3D point sets. Data augmentation techniques like auto-augment and task-dependent adaptive metrics have been shown to improve few-shot learning performance. The MetaPointNet model consists of two primary components: a feature extractor and a task-specific classifier. The feature extractor is trained using a metalearning framework, allowing it to learn generalizable features across various tasks. The task-specific classifier is optimized for each specific task during the few-shot learning phase. Evaluation on several benchmark datasets demonstrates that MetaPointNet outperforms state-of-the-art methods in both accuracy and efficiency. The authors provide insights into the effectiveness of different components of their model, suggesting potential avenues for future research. Notably, the proposed approach achieves superior performance compared to existing methods, paving the way for further exploration in this area. This page provides an extensive compilation of research findings and methodologies, encompassing a wide range of topics within the field of computational biology. The list includes detailed descriptions of algorithms, mathematical models, and experimental techniques that have been developed to understand complex biological systems. The first section delves into the realm of genomics, where researchers have developed novel computational tools for analyzing large-scale genomic data. These tools enable scientists to identify patterns and anomalies in DNA sequences, which can be crucial for understanding genetic diseases and developing targeted therapies. In the area of proteomics, the page discusses various approaches to protein structure prediction, a long-standing challenge in the field. By employing advanced machine learning algorithms and molecular dynamics simulations, researchers are now able to predict protein structures with unprecedented accuracy, shedding light on their functions and potential interactions with other molecules. Furthermore, the page explores the application of computational models in systems biology, aiming to simulate and predict the behavior of complex biological networks. These models are essential for understanding how different components of a biological system interact and respond to environmental changes, ultimately leading to insights into disease mechanisms and potential therapeutic interventions. The list also covers recent advancements in bioinformatics, including the development of new databases and data analysis pipelines. These resources are critical for managing and interpreting the vast amounts of data generated by high-throughput sequencing technologies, allowing researchers to identify novel genes, pathways, and regulatory elements that play key roles in various biological processes. Additionally, the page touches upon the use of computational methods in evolutionary biology, focusing on phylogenetic analysis and comparative genomics. These approaches enable researchers to reconstruct evolutionary histories and identify conserved elements across different species, providing valuable insights into the origins and diversification of life on Earth. Lastly, the page addresses the integration of computational biology with other disciplines, such as medicine and engineering. This interdisciplinary approach has led to the development of innovative diagnostic tools, drug discovery platforms, and bioengineered systems that hold promise for improving human health and addressing global challenges. Overall, this comprehensive list serves as a valuable resource for researchers seeking to leverage computational biology techniques to advance our understanding of biological systems and develop novel solutions to pressing biomedical problems. The investigation focuses on three types of state-of-the-art 3D networks as support backbones for feature extraction in few-shot learning: pointwise MLP networks, convolution networks, and graph-based networks. Pointwise MLP networks include PointNet and PointNet++, which process input point cloud instances with 512 points and 3D coordinates, outputting a 1024-dimensional feature vector. PointNet consists of 5 multi-layer perceptron (MLP) layers with learnable parameters and batch normalization, followed by max pooling to aggregate a global feature vector. PointNet++ comprises 3-level PointNet set abstractions with single-scale grouping (SSG), removing fully connected (FC) layers and taking the last PointNet set abstractions output as the global feature vector. Convolution networks encompass PointCNN, RSCNN, and dense point. PointCNN consists of 4 XConv layers with ReLU, followed by 2 FC layers to extend the dimension to 1024. RSCNN contains 3 RC-conv layers with single-scale neighborhood (SSN) grouping, and dense point consists of 3 PCONV layers, 2 P-pooling layers, and 1 global pooling layer. FC layers are removed in RSCNN and dense point to output 1024-dimensional global feature vectors. The graph-based network, specifically DGCNN, serves as the embedding network for 3DFSL. It consists of 4 edge conv layers, followed by an MLP layer to extend the dimension to 1024. A max pooling function aggregates the global features, outputting a 1024-dimensional feature vector. Few-shot learning baselines include metric-based methods, such as ProtoNet, RelationNet, and FSLGNN, and optimization-based methods, such as MetaLearner, MAML, and MetaOptNet. Metric-based methods employ squared Euclidean distance as the metric function, with cross-entropy loss used in ProtoNet. RelationNet constructs support query pair features and uses a relation module to output the predicted relation score. FSLGNN constructs 4 GNN layers and uses cross-entropy loss as the loss function. Optimization-based methods employ 2 FC layers as the classifier in MetaLearner and MAML, with batch normalization and ReLU. A 2-layer LSTM is used in MetaLearner, and the metalearning rate in MAML is set to 0.1 for 5-shot and 0.5 for 1-shot. The classification head in MetaOptNet is the multiclass SVM, with cross-entropy loss used as the loss function. The architecture of the Dynamic Graph Convolutional Neural Network, DGCNN, for feature embedding is depicted in Figure 6. It consists of multiple edge conv layers, followed by a max pooling layer to generate a feature vector. The edge conv layers are designed to capture local geometric features from the point cloud data. The Channel Interaction Module, CIM, is introduced to model the relationships between different channels of the feature embeddings. As shown in Figure 7, the CIM generates a query vector and a key vector from the input feature using two linear embedding functions. The channel relation score map is computed by taking the dot product of the query and key vectors. The reweighted feature is then obtained by multiplying the input feature with the softmax of the score map. To compensate for the discarded information, the reweighted feature is combined with the original feature to obtain the updated feature. The cross-instance fusion (CIF) module is proposed to address the issues of low data and high intraclass variances in few-shot learning. As illustrated in Figure 8, the CIF module updates the prototype features by fusing them with query features using a metal earner. The metal earner consists of two simple 1x1 convolutional layers, which learn the cross-instance interactions and output the updated prototype features. The CIF module is also used to update the query features. The proposed network is evaluated on various few-shot learning tasks, including fine-grained few-shot classification and 2D image few-shot classification. The results show that the proposed network outperforms the baselines in most cases and achieves significant improvements in mean accuracy. Ablation studies are conducted to evaluate the effectiveness of the residual design in the self-channel interaction (SI) module. The results show that the residual design can gain performance improvement. Additionally, experiments are conducted on ShapeNet 70FS with varying N-way and shot settings, and the results are reported in Table 11. The Channel Interaction Attention (CIA) model is also evaluated on 2D few-shot learning tasks, and the results are reported. Overall, the proposed network and its components, including the DGCNN, CIM, and CIF modules, are shown to be effective in addressing the challenges of few-shot learning. The experimental results and ablation studies of the proposed CIA model for few-shot learning on 3D point cloud data are presented. Comparative performance evaluations with state-of-the-art methods, such as ProtoNet, RelationNet, FSLGNN, MetaLearner, MetaOptNet, and CAN, demonstrate the CIA model's effectiveness across different scenarios and datasets. Ablation experiments highlight the significance of key components in the CIA model, including the cross-instance fusion (CIF) module and the spatial correlation information (SI) module. These components significantly enhance classification accuracy, as evidenced by the visualization analysis of feature heat maps, which illustrate the increased discriminative power of features. Moreover, this study introduces two new datasets, ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS, designed to evaluate the performance of few-shot learning models on 3D point cloud data. These datasets provide a more comprehensive benchmark for future research in this area, enhancing the field's understanding of few-shot learning in 3D point cloud data. In few-shot classification tasks, the ModelNet 40FS and ShapeNet 70FS datasets are commonly employed. These datasets comprise various classes, including furniture, vehicles, and household items, with distinct numbers of instances in each class for training and testing sets. For instance, the ModelNet 40FS dataset contains 40 categories, with 20 instances per class for training and 5 instances per class for testing. Similarly, the ShapeNet 70FS dataset consists of 70 categories, with 20 instances per class for training and 5 instances per class for testing. Previous studies on few-shot learning have explored various methods, such as prototypical networks, which learn a prototype representation for each class and classify new instances based on their similarity to the prototypes. Metalearning approaches, on the other hand, involve training a model on a set of tasks to adapt to new tasks with limited data. Graph neural networks have also been applied to few-shot learning, leveraging graph structures to model relationships between instances. These datasets and methods provide a foundation for evaluating the performance of few-shot classification models. By leveraging these resources, researchers can develop and test novel approaches to tackle the challenges of few-shot learning. Figure 10 presents a comparative analysis of the ProtoNet architecture and its variants, showcasing the impact of incorporating the SI, Semantic Context Integration, CIF, Context-Aware Instance Fusion, and CIA, Context-Aware Instance Aggregation, modules. The heatmap visualizes the feature responses of point cloud instances before and after applying these modules. The original ProtoNet architecture, depicted in A, demonstrates limited feature activation in specific regions of the point cloud instances. In contrast, the ProtoNet plus Psi variant, shown in B, exhibits enhanced feature activation in areas corresponding to the object's semantic context. This improvement is attributed to the Psi module's ability to integrate contextual information from neighboring points. The ProtoNet plus SIF variant, presented in C, further refines feature activation by aggregating context-aware instance features. The heat map reveals increased feature activation in regions relevant to the object's class, showcasing the SIF module's efficacy in capturing contextual relationships between instances. The ProtoNet plus CIA variant, illustrated in D, incorporates the CIA module, which aggregates instance features while considering the contextual relationships between them. The resulting heat map displays even more pronounced feature activation in class-relevant regions, underscoring the CIA module's ability to effectively capture context-aware instance relationships. The heat map's color intensity indicates the degree of feature activation, with deeper colors signifying higher feature responses. The classes of each row, namely bottle, airplane, and stool, are distinct and exhibit varying feature activation patterns, highlighting the module's ability to capture class-specific contextual information. The comparative analysis presented in Figure 10 demonstrates the progressive improvement in feature activation and contextual understanding achieved by incorporating the Psi, SIF, and CIA modules into the ProtoNet architecture. These findings suggest that the proposed modules effectively capture contextual relationships between instances, leading to enhanced feature activation and improved performance in point cloud-based classification tasks. The mathematical formulation underlying the CIA module is rooted in the concept of attention-weighted aggregation, where instance features are weighted based on their contextual relevance. The module's output is computed as a weighted sum of instance features, where the weights are learned through a trainable attention mechanism. This formulation enables the CIA module to adaptively capture context-aware instance relationships, leading to improved feature activation and classification performance. Figure 11 presents a heat map visualization of point cloud instances, comparing the feature response regions of two variants of the ProtoNet model: the standard ProtoNet and ProtoNet augmented with the channel-wise attention CIA module. The heat map color intensity indicates the degree of feature response in each region, with deeper colors signifying higher response levels. The standard ProtoNet model, depicted in columns A and C, employs a prototypical network architecture for few-shot learning. This architecture computes prototypes, or class representations, by averaging the features of support set points. Query points are then classified based on their similarity to these prototypes. In contrast, columns B and D illustrate the results of ProtoNet plus CIA, which integrates the CIA module to enhance feature learning. The CIA module applies channel-wise attention to input features, allowing the model to selectively focus on relevant channels and suppress irrelevant ones. This attention mechanism enables the model to adapt to varying point cloud densities and improve its robustness to noise and outliers. A visual comparison of the heat maps reveals that ProtoNet plus CIA tends to produce more localized and intense feature responses, particularly in regions with high point cloud density. This suggests that the CIA module effectively refines the feature learning process, enabling the model to capture more informative and discriminative features. The heat map visualization provides valuable insights into the feature learning behavior of the ProtoNet and ProtoNet plus CIA models, highlighting the benefits of incorporating the CIA module for improved performance in few-shot point cloud classification tasks. The CIA module's ability to adapt to varying point cloud densities and improve robustness to noise and outliers makes it a valuable addition to the ProtoNet architecture. Figure 12 presents a heat map visualization of point cloud instances, where deeper colors indicate higher feature responsiveness in a particular region. The figure is divided into 4 columns, with columns A and C displaying the results of the ProtoNet model, a prototypical network that learns to classify point cloud instances by computing prototypes, which are representatives of each class in the feature space. Columns B and D show the results of ProtoNet augmented with the CIA module, a novel component that adaptively adjusts the channel-wise importance of features to improve the robustness of ProtoNet. By comparing the heat maps in columns A and B, as well as columns C and D, it is evident that the incorporation of the CIA module enhances the feature responsiveness of ProtoNet, particularly in regions with high point density. This suggests that the CIA module is effective in refining the feature representations learned by ProtoNet, leading to improved performance in point cloud classification tasks. The visualization also highlights the ability of ProtoNet plus CIA to capture more nuanced patterns in the point cloud data, as evidenced by the increased gradient of feature responsiveness in columns B and D. This is attributed to the CIA module's ability to adaptively adjust the channel-wise importance of features, allowing the model to focus on the most informative regions of the point cloud. Overall, the results in Figure 12 demonstrate the effectiveness of integrating the CIA module with ProtoNet, leading to improved feature representations and enhanced performance in point cloud classification tasks.